All right, hi everyone. My name is Miss Danielle. I'm an art instructor for the Dixon Gallery and Gardens, and today I'm here with my friend and coworker, Miss Kristen.
Hi, everyone.
And we are so excited to be making an art project with you today. Today we will be making something that we like to call inspiring interiors. And in just a little bit, I'll explain a little more about what that means. Before we get started, I'm going to show you some artwork from the Dixon Gallery's permanent collection. And we're going to play a little bit of a game with those today. So before we get started, I thought it'd be fun to look at paintings at the Dixon that have interiors. So that means they're showing a room inside of a building. So we're going to look at those rooms, and we're also going to look at the outside of buildings that are famous throughout Memphis and try to decide what room could match with which building. Okay. So here's our first one. So our first painting here was made by an artist named Max Silbert. You can see we've got all these people inside. Okay, so here are three locations. We are going to decide which of these three famous places from downtown Memphis we think these people might be inside of. So we have the Arcade Restaurant, we have St. Peter's Church, and we have the Orpheum Theater. So take a look at this painting. Look at the people, what they're doing, and who they are. Where do you think they might be? I'm going to give you a second to guess. If you guessed St. Peter's Church, I think you've got it. So the reason why we would say they might be in a church like St. Peter's is because we can see they're dressed like nuns, and this painting is actually talks about prayer. So you think of a church, when you go to a church, you go to pray, right? So it seems like a good match. Let's try another one. Here's our next painting. So again, we've got some people inside of a room together. And let's look again at our three choices. We have a restaurant, a church, and a theater. Where do we think they might be? And if you guessed the Orpheum Theater, I think you'd be right. And again, this one we have another clue in our title. We've got at the theater, orchestra seats. And this one you can tell they're sitting in rows, just like when you go to the movie theater or a theater to see a play. So it's kind of got that same feeling as when you go to the Orpheum. Okay, one last one. So we've got these two women here sitting at a table. Where do we think that table might be? I'll give you a second to decide. And if you guessed the Arcade Restaurant, you are correct. So we can tell they are sitting at a restaurant. This one's actually called In the Cafe. So all of these titles were really helpful for today, choosing which place they belong in. So at the cafe, and the Arcade Restaurant is also called a cafe sometimes too. So really good match. All right, now that we've played our little game for today, I'm going to show you what materials you need to create your art project with Miss Kristen. So here's what you're going to need. You need some paper, and that could be any kind of paper. If you have construction paper, if you have copy paper, whatever you have, but you'll need a few sheets. So grab a few sheets of paper. You'll need some glue. A glue stick works best, but if you have liquid glue, that's okay. Or even if you have tape, that can kind of work too. And you'll need some scissors and some drawing materials. So that can be markers, colored pencils, crayons, whatever you have to draw with. And I'm going to turn things over to Miss Kristen to let her start the project with you today.
We're going to get started with making our project. So like Ms. Danielle said, I've got some drawing supplies, I've got a glue stick, some scissors, and I've got two different kinds of paper. Now, for me, when I do this project, I like thicker paper. So I have some cardstock here that I'm going to use, especially when I start creating characters for inside my interiors. But if you only have copy paper like this, you can make your paper thicker and stand up better by just gluing two sheets together. So that's always an option too. But with this project, you can make any kind of interior and exterior space that you want just by using some simple materials. So I'm going to show you maybe a couple different styles of buildings that you might make today, and then you guys can kind of work on it a little bit longer on your own and really make it exciting and creative and detailed. Okay, so what you're going to do, no matter what kind of building you want to make, is you're going to take a piece of paper and fold it in half, hamburger style. Okay, so I'm just going to move my other papers kind of out of the way. I'm going to move all my supplies out of the way. Ready for the first step. Okay, I've got my paper. I'm going to fold it in half, hamburger style. Okay, so the wide way. And however many rooms you want to make inside your little playhouse today, you're going to fold that many pieces of paper. So I'm going to grab another one. I think I'm going to do just 2 rooms for now. So I'm going to take this piece of paper, and just like before, I'm going to fold it in half, hamburger style. And now I'm going to glue these 2 together. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue all over one piece of paper. Now here's the tricky part. When you glue them together, you have to make sure that they're facing the same direction. What I mean by that is that where the fold is, you want it to touch the fold of your other piece of paper. So if I were to glue it like this, where the open side is, it wouldn't work as well. It would still be okay, but you wouldn't be able to open it like a book. So make sure that your folded edge matches up with the other folded edge. So I'm going to do that and just glue those together. Okay, so now I end up with a book. I can open it and I'll have a space to draw here. I can turn the page again and I'll have a space to draw here. Okay, so that's the first step. I'm going to go ahead and do just a couple more so I can show you guys some different examples, different ways that you might make your buildings today. All right, so I've got my 3 pieces of paper here that are glued together, and I'm going to show you just a couple of ways to kind of make some different exteriors. So with our project today, what we're doing is creating a setting for a play or a story to happen. So you can think about what kind of setting you want. Do you want it to be in like an apartment building or an office or a castle or a house? And it's totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by making a house. So to make kind of like a roof shape, I'm going to just kind of draw like a diagonal line going this way. And then I can turn that into the roof. So I've got my scissors. I'm going to keep my paper folded together. And I'm just going to cut on that diagonal line. I made mine kind of slopey. Okay. So now when I open it up, the exterior looks like a roof, right? And it looks like a house. And I can open it inside. And this is where I can decorate my rooms. Maybe I'll make a bedroom and maybe I'll make a dining room in this one. Okay, if I wanted to do an office building or like a skyscraper or an apartment building, I might just leave it like a rectangle because so many office buildings and apartments are just rectangles. So I'm just going to leave that one like it is. And then the last one is maybe I want to make a castle. So, you know, for castles, they often have a lot of really interesting architecture. So like maybe some rectangles, maybe I'll do a little tower. And I'm going to keep it folded. That way, when I open it up, it's symmetrical. That means it's going to be the same on both sides. So I'm just going to follow my pencil lines with my scissors, keeping my paper folded. It's a little tricky because I've got a couple pieces of paper all glued together, and the more pages you glue together, the harder it might be to cut. But luckily, this is really the only thing that we have to cut today. Until we get to our characters anyway. Okay, so I'm just following that pencil line, cutting around. All right, now when I open this one, I've got a really cool castle shape. Okay, and same thing inside, I have a couple of inside spaces, a couple of rooms that I'll be able to decorate. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start decorating. So I think today I am going to decorate my rectangle. You can absolutely do, like I said, any kind of shape. You can make multiple buildings, but I'm just going to show you this one today, and then later we'll include some images of some different styles of buildings that you might make. Okay, so if I'm doing an exterior, that means the outside of the building, I want to think about what kind of material do I want my building to be made out of? Do I want it to be a brick building or made of wood? Do I want it to have windows? What kind of door? So I'm just going to start drawing some of those details. I think I want it to have like an arched door like that. Maybe it's a little doorknob. Maybe I want that to be made out of wood. Okay, and then I'm going to start drawing some different windows. I want my windows to have some little window boxes with some flowers in them. I just thought it would be fun to do an apartment building because then I can make all different kinds of people living inside. Now you can see I'm using a permanent marker just so my details show up a little bit better, but you could just use a pencil or a crayon, anything that you have. All right, so I've kind of got my building sketched out and now I'm going to color it. All right, guys, so I just finished my exterior. Here it is. Now, if I wanted to, I could flip it over and do the same thing on the back. So maybe it's like two different buildings side by side, or you could make your building look even bigger, open it up and like make a giant apartment building. That's totally up to you. All right, so I'm going to show you guys kind of how to do the interiors next, the rooms inside. So you could do like one room per page, or you could make this whole space a room, which is what I like to do. So I have plenty of room when I am kind of creating with my characters and playing out what the story that I'm telling. So I think I'm gonna do maybe like a living room on this first one. Maybe I'll have some artwork hanging on the walls. Think about what kind of people are living in these spaces, like a mom and a little girl. Maybe a bookshelf. Maybe they like to read. I love to read. Do you guys like to read? All right, so now I'm just gonna go through and color all of this. All right, y'all, so I've got the interior all done. You can kind of see that I colored it all in, got some details. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to imagine the characters that live inside this space. Okay, so how I've decorated it and who I imagine would really enjoy living in this space. So for this one, I am going to reach for my thicker paper. Remember how I had that cardstock? Because you want your characters to be able to stand up. If you don't have thick paper, like I said, you can just glue 2 sheets of copy paper together and that will help. This is going to be like the backdrop for our play or our story. So we're gonna kind of set it up like that. You can see it kind of standing up, and then our little characters will go on the inside. So what I'm gonna do for my characters is I'm just gonna cut out kind of like a rectangle shape for them. And to make them stand up, I want to make a little stand at the bottom. So I'm going to fold my paper backwards just a little bit. Okay, so it kind of has this little tab there, and now it can stand up on its own. I know it's kind of hard to see from the way my camera is, but it stands up on its own because it's got that little tab. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is draw a character here. All right, so there's the mom. I'm gonna go ahead and make one for the little girl next. So I'm gonna take my page. This time I'm gonna make the rectangle a little bit shorter. Just like before, I'm gonna fold the tab back. Make sure that it stands up. Yep. And now I'm ready to draw my second character. And like before, I'm gonna cut it out, but this time I'll kind of show you how to leave that stand. So if I wanted that stand to stay nice and big, I would just start cutting it like right up above it. Cut around my character as close as you want. And then again, leave that stand nice and big. And then fold it back and she will stand up a little better that way. All right, so now I've got my interior space and the 3 characters that live inside, and I can kind of tell my story and I can talk about how their day was and different things that they like to do, and I can play with them, okay? So guys, you can keep adding to this project. You can keep making other rooms and more characters, add as many pages as you want, and have a whole storybook. And we'd love to see what you've made. And if you want to share it with us, you can just have an adult help you and find the Dixon social media pages. We have Facebook and Instagram. You can use the hashtag #DiscoverTheDixon or Dixon at Home, and then we'll be able to see what you've made too, okay? Thank you guys so much. We're gonna put some pictures in of the finished product, my finished project, and some that Miss Danielle has made so that you guys can have some more inspiration. But thank you guys so much for making with us today.